Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? This is your boy, Kevin Kinckle, host of the Kevin Kinckle podcast, having a pretty good night. Just got finished watching the Monday night football game. The Kansas City Chiefs came back from 17-0 to defeat the Las Vegas Raiders 30-29. It was a wonderful game, but I'm not here to talk about the NFL tonight. I'm here to talk about a new segment that I want to add to the pod. It's called the Coach's Spotlight. I came up with it by talking to one of my good friends who's a friend of the show, Brandon Thomas. And he's been speaking highly of this gentleman since this football season started. His son, Brandon Thomas, his son is Elijah Thomas, and they play for St Aquinas out of Central Jersey. And there's a man named Tarig Holman, Tarigholman, if you want to look him up on Facebook, who's doing a tremendous job. I looked a little bit into his background, and he has the it factor for coaches, not just for the betterment of the students on the field, but also off the field. And he's a part of these student athletes' lives, not just for duration at the high school level, but he stays in contact with them. He stays a mentor figure for them to help them with so it's just a blessing to have these people in our children's lives, student athletes' lives, that are giving themselves up, taking time away from their families to help the football staff of where he's at. He's doing a tremendous job, and here's just a little background on him, a little information about him, and I hope this blesses you just as much as it blessed me doing this piece. So this is the Coach's Spotlight. This is the Kevin Kinckle podcast. First ever Coach's Spotlight, Coach Tarig Holman. Tarig Holman is from St. Louis, Missouri. He moved into the New Jersey area right before high school. He played football for Randolph High School in Morris County. Tarig Holman was a D1 talent and played college football at the University of Iowa. It was here where Holman picked off who many say is the greatest quarterback of all time. That's right, Thomas Brady. Not once, but twice. Brady was the quarterback for college football powerhouse Michigan. After a prosperous college career, the love for the game of football pushed Tarig to pursue coaching. So in the early 2000s, Tarig started his coaching career, and he quickly fell in love with the students just as much as the game he was coaching. He then made a pact with himself that he was going to be as dedicated to the students on the field as much as he was off the field. That's when I found out, and it was clear to me, that Tarig purposed in his heart to give 150% in and out of the classroom. One of the things that he preaches is letting the students in the classroom rise to meet their highest potential. It is this philosophy Tarig embodies that makes him a remarkable coach on and off the football field. Tarig has been coaching for a total of 21 years, and for the past 10 years, he's been a head coach. He's coached at the likes of South Brunswick, Island, Kennedy, Randolph, Trenton, and Neptune. That's just to name a few. Today, Tarig is a coach at St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Thomas Aquinas is sporting an awesome record of 6-1, and they're leading the Big Central United Gold Division, sporting a record of 4-0. The Trojans are on a 6-game winning streak, outscoring their opponents 214-72, showing sheer dominance on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Unusual, rare circumstances led to Tarig landing his job as the head coach. Unfortunately, before he was the head coach, there was a coach named Brian Meady who died suddenly at the age of 46 with a heart attack in March of 2022. Because of Tarig's experience as a head coach and his ability to turn around programs like Trenton and Neptune, the athletic director of St. Thomas Aquinas saw fit to name him the head coach. This ended up being a smart decision, and the numbers and the stats the Trojans put up confirm the smart decision. The key to Tarig's success is having his soldiers or assistant coaches in place. He is quoted saying, "You always want to surround yourself with good people. That's one thing I've been able to do my entire academic and athletic career." Understanding Tarig's method for greatness, it was with no surprise the athletic director gave Tarig the green light to set up his coaching staff as he saw fit. These specific coaching choices Tarig picked is based off of his philosophy. You don't coach a kid for a year or for a season. For me, it's something that never ends. Brandon Thomas, offensive lineman Elijah Thomas's father, echoed those sentiments, saying, because he chose to send his son to Tarig and the Trojans, his son Elijah was immediately thrown into a life-changing situation, which is going to benefit Elijah now and in the future. Tarig assured Brandon that, and I quote, your son is an extension of my family. When he is in school, he is my son. Wow. As a father, to me, that is comforting, and it's not what he said, it's how he said it, claimed Brandon Thomas, who also added, this man changed my son's life in a matter of weeks. And if anybody is on the fence about an awesome program to send your son, I would recommend you send them over to the Trojans. There was a good amount of us honorable men giving the young men life lessons through the game of football, and the young men are forever impacted. Now, for me, as a reporter in the Kevin Kinckle podcast, where I watch scholastic sports, it's refreshing to hear a coach as passionate for the student athlete's well-being as he is winning and losing games. Tarig is no stranger to challenges and new experiences. One thing that remains the same is his focus, and that's the student athletes. At the end of the day, the well-being of the kids is the most important thing. And I can't think of a better way to end this coach's spotlight than with that quote. Coach Tarig and the Trojans look to extend their win streak to 7 in a row and remain with the top seed with the division with the matchup against North Plainfield this Friday at 7 o'clock. This is the Kevin Kinckle podcast, and this coach's spotlight has been on Tarig Holman. So this was a great piece that I did, and I just want to, before I end it, I want to talk a little bit about the importance that Elijah and Brandon expressed how structure was. And for all you young student athletes out there, whether you're in college or high school, well, mainly for high school, the structure part is important because when you play high school football and when you're going to practice and when you're going to school, your parents are usually waking you up for school. If you have practice on the weekend, your parents are usually bringing you there, waking you up for that. When you get to college, you're pretty much on your own. So you're going to be going to college. You're going to be going to practice by yourself. You're going to be going to class by yourself. You're going to be going to study hall by yourself. You're going to be going to the weight sessions by yourself. So if you don't have the discipline to do this in high school, what makes you think you're going to be able to do that in college? So it's the mental preparation that is going to help you for your discipline. And these are all the things that Elijah was looking for when he made the choice to go to St Aquinas. And I love Elijah's story because Elijah went from a freshman starting for the freshman team at Piscataway to a sophomore starting for one of the best teams in the state. And one of the things that Tarig assured Brandon, the father, was if Elijah follows my formula, he will prosper in my program. And they all cashed in and did what they were supposed to do. Brandon got his son there. Elijah heard that. Elijah put in the work. Now Elijah is one of the starting linemen on one of the better teams in the state. And last year, he was a freshman playing on the freshman team at Piscataway. So that's just a testament that if you're willing to put in the work, your results will show. They sowed good seeds that reaped a good harvest. That's it, point blank, period. So Tarig, I want to give you a big up. Again, it's Tarig Holman, Holman. If you're looking for him on Facebook, he is the head coach of the St Aquinas Trojans. They are 6-1, looking to go 7-1. They were the top perch of the gold division. They're on a 6-game win streak and they're looking real good. So congratulations, coach. Eli, keep doing a good job, and Brandon, keep doing a good job. I love doing this piece. This is Kevin Kinckle, Uplift Yourself podcast, Kevin Kinckle podcast. Let's talk about a podcast. Had a great night. I hope y'all enjoyed this piece. Tarig, keep up the good work, and I'll holler at y'all. Peace.